Hey, my name is PolishLynx, welcome to Sakura Beach 2, and we are out stargazing again. The trail is always hard to navigate, especially in the dark. But the light of the stars always guides me to my special place. It's not really my special place anymore. Well, technically the special place is also that kind of place to Nene, but I believe also to Ayumi. If you think about the events of the Sakura Beach number 1. Anyway, okay, considering the memories I've shared with those two, here it belongs to them too. Not to mention Nene, so Yumi and Momoko as well in this, okay. I wonder if there's ever been anyone else who has discovered these hills. How many will have looked with wonder at that beautiful sky? As I wandered into the clearing, I see her sitting on the hill. She sends me a warm smile. I'm glad you came. I just want to talk about today. What about today? Remember how I told you that I knew I wasn't typical? Hardly felt that today. Ayumi didn't seem to like me. She's more aware than I thought. Ayumi's like that. She's defensive about her personal space. Maybe I should have finished the greeting, that's why I got that laugh. Well, she knows something went wrong, but she doesn't know exactly what exactly. No, girls don't greet each other like that. Especially Ayumi. She hates things like that. Things like what? You know, what you were doing with her. Her what? Don't make me outright say it. Huh? I understand. She's almost painfully innocent. Never mind. So, I just have a question then. I will do my best to answer it. Are you lonely? I think I am. But I don't really know if feeling is loneliness. I mean, I haven't really had any friends my age before. Why? Have you gone to school or anything like that? There is no way anyone could make at least one friend if I went to school. School? I've never been there. Did she have a really sheltered upbringing or something? I've never been to school. I have a tutor instead. A tutor? I guess that explains why you're never going to school. Yep, I do all of my learning at home. But home is boring. It's too big and empty. Places with happy people are much better. I can only really go to the beach if I sneak out from home. But every time I do it, it's always worth it. I think I'm beginning to piece together what the deal with her is. Big and empty. Why is your home big and empty? My home is big and empty. I don't know how else to describe it. So is it like a mansion or something? I think I've heard that word used somewhere, but I can't say for certain. But really, it's way too big. I don't like it at all. Mansion. Ask more. Try to be polite. As curious as I am, I think I'll ask her about it another time. I see. Well, let's not worry about that while we're here. Let's have some fun then. I begin to unpack my telescope. What's that, Mr. Stranger? A telescope. Oh, I used to have one of these. Could I? Of course you can. Go ahead. Oh my god. That view, damn it! Turning her back to me, she stares into that eyepiece. And I'm staring at... You know exactly what? It's so small. What? No, it's not. And she's so curvy. I mean, it's proper size. No, I have to calm down. Even though it's right in my face. And I have terrible control over my eyes. As she sits there, a look of innocent delight spreads across her face. So this is the universe up close. It's beautiful, Seiji. She turned the telescope towards the stars. Their lights are so bright. With this telescope, it's like I'm really there. The moon's craters, the twinkling of Mars in the distance. I wish I could go there one day. And just leave her behind. She lets out a heavy sigh as she says that. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? I wouldn't be so sure. Space travel could become a real thing in our lifetime. That's true. There is someone who might make this come true. I imagine they colonize the moon. Yeah, that's what I actually would like first to be done. Not the Mars or anything. Let's get to the moon. Let's colonize it. And so on. And then we can think about further things. For the first thing, I would like to be like completely... I lost the fucking word. Completely researched. Oh, that's the word I was looking for. The first thing I would like completely to be done research is the Earth, to be honest. I mean, we have these seas that we don't know everything about, so yeah, we should get things done over there first. I mean, maybe we could even get some kind of underwater city. That would be awesome. Then we can get the moon, and after that the Mars, and the rest of the universe, and so on. Anywho, let's continue. No, I mean, I'd love to live there. Imagine being able to look back on Earth. I probably wouldn't want to be the first one to go though. I would. The sooner, the better. I'd build the entire moon colony myself if I have to. What silly determination. What about you, Seiji? Did you ever feel like that? I did, a while ago. What changed? It's a lot to explain. But let's just say that I have more reasons to stay on Earth than I do to run off on a grand space adventure. It's because of those two. Her observations are strangely accurate sometimes. How'd you know? Just a guess, Mr. Stranger. They're both very special to you, I can tell. That. She looks away from the telescope for a moment. I'd like if that was special. If I was special to someone, somewhere. How does it happen? I guess it's just time. So would I have to spend the light and with sound to become special to them? But that's so long. Not necessarily. Sometimes you just get along with someone. And through that you become special to that person. She brightens up after hearing that. So, could I become special to you then, Seiji? Special in what way? I don't know yet, but I'll work it out somehow. She backs off from the telescope and stretches. Your telescope is amazing. Maybe you should get one for yourself. I'm sure there's somewhere you can buy one. Yeah, maybe I should get another one. It would be like being here all the time. So no matter where I am in the world, I will be able to look towards the stars. Even though she's unusual, I can fully understand her love of space. I've never been able to relate to someone like this before. You're special, Mr. Stranger. Very special. I like how she bounced her hands behind right now. I don't think I'm anything special. Just a really average guy. I can't really think of anything that makes me particularly remarkable. That isn't true at all. Very special, I know this for certain. Oh, see? She did it again. There's nobody that you could not possibly be special. She's insistent that I really am special. Really, you're giving me too much credit, Nana. I'm about as unremarkable as they come. And then shakes her head. That can be true. She grabs me by the hands and holds them up to her chest. Oh. Everything about you is interesting. If I think so, then it's enough to make it true. But I think you're the more interesting one of the both of us. You find me interesting too? No one has told me before. Especially not a boy. How many boys have you talked to? Not that many at all. Not my age, at least. That's odd. But she is interesting, let's face it. But either way, you're the most interesting one I've talked to, Mr. Stranger. She's playing with her again. Besides, those other two. They see something in you too? Yeah, like I told you before, things are complicated with them. I haven't noticed that yet. They really like you, I know that much. And I can understand why they like you. But I don't know where the complication comes in. I can't really tell you about that right now. It's a little strange. I'm saying that to her, of all people. For some reason, I feel like I can't tell her about my relationship with Ivy. Momoko is still trying her best to make me recognize her feelings. So I don't think I can freely talk about my relationship with those two yet. I need more time to work it out myself. So for now, I'll just say they're friends. Well, don't worry about it. I won't judge no matter how strange it is. I told you I knew I wasn't typical. So how could I judge someone else for not being typical? She's odd. Sometimes she says something really smart, but other times she's horrendously misinformed. Well, I'll be ready to tell you about it later. I understand. She looks around the clearing then. What memories of this place do you have? Memories? Well, I used to go off on my own a lot as a kid. I have all kinds of hiding places that I've found. These useful. These are special. No matter how many times I come here, the stars never cease to leave me naive. I know how you feel. It was past my bedtime and I was out exploring when I found this place. Now, this is where I go whenever I need some time to myself. I was so surprised when I saw someone else here. So, you are not the only one. Finding this place is not easy, but past your bedtime. Well, my parents have considered me to be a troubled child. I would always do things they didn't like, so they became really strict. It was all for my own good, they told me. So imagine a little girl sitting here, thinking about how nice it would be to leave this place behind and reach for the stars. Do you think you can relate to those feelings, Seiji? Just wanting to leave everything behind? It's in this moment that I'm beginning to understand her heart a little better. I do understand it. But we can run away, can't we? Can we? Yes, we can't run away. But hope is something we should never give up. Maybe one day a spaceship will crash here and I'll be able to fly away in it. You never know, right? Yeah, right. Some part of her tells her that it's hopeless. Another says that she has to keep hoping no matter what happens. You have to remember that things aren't going to stay the same forever. You will get your chance for the adventure you've always wanted. Go exploring, discover new things. Maybe find love too. Love? Do you think I'd really find love? I can't predict the future, but I think that you might. I think she might. I don't know much about love, Neither do I. But you shouldn't let that stop you. For a moment she seems to think really hard about something. Do you have someone you love, Seiji? I can't really answer that right now. Do you love one of your friends? Which one? Hey, don't go and ask questions like that. I don't know. So Seiji is uncertain too? At least we're both uncertain. Say this. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. We can't remain uncertain for the rest of our lives, can we? Of course not. Nan laughs a little bit to herself. Do you know what love feels like? It's not something that's easy to explain. You feel like you really like someone, I guess. Love comes in many different forms. So if I did fall in love, I want to know what it is? I don't know, I wish I could tell you. But love isn't something I know much about. She smiles quietly to herself. I see. Love is complicated. You've got it right. But so wonderful at the same time. I hope to meet the love of my life one day. She idly pulls out her phone and quickly checks it. Oh, it's gotten late. She looks really worried as she says that. What's the matter? I have to get home before they know I'm gone. Before who knows you're gone? My parents! But before I do, thank you, Seiji. For what? Thank you for spending time with me. It's no problem, really. I'm happy to keep you company. Then, will I see you at the beach tomorrow? I think we'll be going there, yeah. I'll text you our plans, so don't worry about it. Okay. So until next time, Mr. Stranger. Happily she bounds off into the undergrowth. That was enlightening. I understand her desires now. She wants to go on a grand adventure, because she is feeling stifled at home. I can't make any presumptions yet, but my guess is that she grew up in a sheltered environment. I mean, we already know that she did. And the fact that she didn't go to any school at all. So, could her misconceptions all be linked back to that? When she gave me that greeting, she said she read it out of a book. To my left, I hear the sound of rustling. Who's there? To my shock, it's them. I mean, I expected them to spy. What was that? Did Julie say, could I become special to you? I won't stand for it. What? What's the problem? Ayumi's face goes into her palm. You really haven't learned anything, have you? What do you mean? Just forget it. Here I was thinking that Seiji, the fool, had actually learned something, but you just go and prove me wrong again. You're being harsh for someone who was spying on two people having a private moment. I just need to ensure that nothing went wrong, that's all. No, that can't be it. I think I know what the problem is. But I'd like to think it's not the case. Alright, sure. Don't forget about me, Seiji! Momoko the Great is here to keep the witch in check! I told you to never call me that again. You have to deal with your curse, silly. Hey. If Ayumi were a witch, then that's the kind of witch I like. So, you know, she can curse me all she wants. It's been years, the curse has surely expired by now. Nope! But anyway, this is an interesting turn of events. I wonder where it will all go. Momoko, aren't you worried too? What if she... We'll work it out as we go along. Besides, we can't just decide things for Seiji by ourselves. UFO. Momoko's smile disappears as she thinks about it. But let's not worry about that. The best thing to do is wait and see what happens. I don't really understand what you two are talking about. Adorable silly Seiji. Even after everything that's happened. You really aren't good with girls, are you? Maybe you'll never understand a girl's heart, but that's okay. Is there something I'm not picking up on? I didn't really notice anything unusual when I was talking to her. Well, nothing unusual by her standards, at least. Seiji. She's glaring at me now. I can feel a cold trail of sweat go down my spine. What? You have no idea how angry I am with you right now. What? What did I do? I understand. Please not have divine punishment. Forgive him this time, I mean. You know he doesn't pick up on these things. That's part of his charm, right? Fine. Just this once. I'm so glad Momoko was here. Anyway, as nice as this place is, we need to go home. We're going to have a great day tomorrow. All four of us. You must admit, I mean, Seiji looks really cute with her. Don't you think? No, why would I think that? I mean, Seiji looked kinda nice, but not with her. So he should be with you instead then. That isn't what I was implying at all. Stop twisting my words! But that's what she meant. I mean, I told you before that you don't need to hide your feelings. Don't make presumptions about how I feel. Letting out a loud huff, she turns her back to me. I want to go back to the hotel. It's cold out here. Alright. We'll do something fun tomorrow, just you and me. Does it sound good? I guess it would be acceptable. Alright, let's go back then. The three of us just do that. Enjoying the brisk evening air. And in the next day becomes... it starts... Anyway, I haven't heard anything from Nene yet. I'm hoping nothing happened to her. It sounds like her household is really strict. If she got caught, then what would happen to her? Ayumi seems to look regretful. No troublemaker to be sighted at all. I think we're going to have a great day today. But she was kind of fun. But don't you remember the bucket of water, Momoko? I thought you would have been more mad about that. Forgiveness is a virtue, silly. It's something I learned years ago when you completely failed to notice my feelings. I guess that is the sort of person she is. Ayumi doesn't want to hear it though. No, she was not fun to have around. She was fun. That misunderstanding has had far-reaching consequences. I can only hope that Ayumi will one day forgive her. Now then, what should we do today? Our grand battle from yesterday did not have a decisive victor, so we must move on to the next phase of our war. Right, which will be... I think I know what they are talking about, but I best not say a single word about it. If I knew that I knew about the pillow fight. Momoko seems fired up about something though. It's time for volleyball! We didn't get a chance to play last time we were here. And whose fault is that, I wonder? People are allowed to forget things, I mean. I don't think That's really fair. Doesn't really matter. This one? I don't think that's really fair. I mean, you promised to do something then... Nah, she's not listening. After all, you always practice self-memory when you try to act mature. What do you mean? Remember how you panicked that one time and stuffed all of your cuddly toys into the cupboard? You were so worried that Seiji might have thought of you as being immature. That's freaking cute, for one of these days, Momonoka. Momonoka. I'll bring ruin to you. Try your best! I'm the master of sports! She's not wrong. No matter what Mongo does, she's unrivaled as a sportsman. Two-Face carrying volleyball. I can't say that I'd survive such thing. So, are you ready, Seiji? Ready for what? Volleyball, of course. I want you to show me that amazing technique you have. Which one? The one where you catch it with your face, of course. That's not a technique. That's you being excessively violent. She cocks her head to the side, giving me a confused look. What are you talking about, silly? It's never intention to bring harm to my adorable Seiji. I know that it isn't. But my face can only endure so much punishment. Now that we're wasting time, we have to play now. Are we going to play with uneven teams or something? Of course we are. Seiji and me versus you. This sounds like a perfect arrangement to me. That's not fair. I want Seiji to be on my team. Maybe if we cut Seiji in half and have one half each? That is impossible, no matter what you look at it. What does Seiji want to do? What do I want to do? I'll just watch, okay? You two can play against each other. White, this is great news for me. Prepare to be dazzled by my amazing skills, silly. Don't take me lightly, Momoka. You may be the queen of sports, but I'm nearly your equal. Nearly! So it's going to be clear who the winners. With Seiji on the sideline, we can be the referee. Somehow I get the feeling that I'm not going to emerge unscathed from this match. Even if I'm not participating. I'll deliver destructive force from the heavens. This will be revenge for all of your villainous behavior, Momoka. Momoko serves the ball, delivering a ferocious opening attack. Where is the ball for? It plummets towards the earth like a meteor. Yet I will zig back with just as much force. I'm surprised that the volleyball hasn't been smashed into tiny pieces from their strikes. I feel like I'm watching two superhumans. But both of them are so fast and so strong. If they can throw an object as soft as a pillow with such brutality, then what would an object as hard as a volleyball do to me? Either way, I'm glad that I'm not caught in the middle of their conflict. Only bad things could possibly come from it, even though it's only two of them playing. They both move fast enough that it might as well be entire teams playing against each other. Every time Moko jumps, you know what happens. It's almost hypnotizing. The bouncing of her fruits. Damn it, I'm staring at her. Your passionate thirst enough to get my blood boiling, Seiji! Keep watching! Has she been putting on a show? Damn it, you fool! Don't look at her! Where am I supposed to look then? You want me to judge this, so how can I do that without watching? There's a difference between looking and watching. She deflects the ball again, this time with a lot more force. Just when I think she'll definitely score, Moko manages to knock it back. The ball is moving so fast that I can barely see it. It's time to deliver the deciding blow. I'm leaps up into the air, blocking out the sun. All I see is a blur of shadow in front of me. She brings her hand down the ball. Oh no, why? She missed its center completely, causing it to veer off its course. As it rebounds off the ground, time seems to slow down. I see the ball approaching me. It's going straight for my head. And yet I already know that I cannot react in time. In this moment, I remember the words of the Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Accept the pangs to which fate binds you, and live and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. So accept this fate, as the ball delivers its full force. I begin to wonder if Marcus ever got hit in the face by a volleyball. He probably was never able to experience that. After football, there was no clear winner, so we ended up going to the park. I'm very sorry about hitting you in the face, Seiji. Please forgive me. It's normal, isn't it? If I couldn't survive it, I wouldn't have made it this far. But I've always been so mean to you. At least get angry or something. But how could I get angry with you, Ayumi? I still don't get you, even after all this time, Seiji. Anyway, I'm going for a swim. She disappears back onto the beach. Ayumi seems awkward about it. Moko seems very pleased with their match. I haven't been able to go all out like this in ages. The other students just don't compare to Ayumi. Yeah, you two are kind of scared when you start hitting things. Like my face. With projectiles. Oh, don't be so scared of me, Seiji. There's nothing scary about me. Is there? She beams a bright smile at me. I don't know. I'm not going to use that. We heard that phrase way too often already. I guess not. I guess not. See? Then don't worry. Just have fun. That's what I do. Right. I wish I could just do that, but I trail off as I think about Nene. Seiji, you really are worried about Nene, aren't you? Well, yeah. I can't just leave her alone. I mean, she's troubled. I think what she really needs is a friend right now. That's what I love about you. You always get so worried about other people. But what do you think about it? What do I think about it? I mean, she did dump a bucket of water on you out of nowhere. You seem pretty mad about that. Well, even I'm going to admit that I find her a bit... You know, she's not normal, obviously. She's kind of awkward and does silly things. And I think Ayumi does have a point. She's very naive and trusting. It's one of his... Good point for... Hers, right? I'm glad to be held in such high regard. Or maybe mine? Okay, whatever. You're welcome! Anyway, while Nene is still awkward, that does mean that I should be mean to her. Even if what she does makes me a bit angry. If Seiji is fine with her, then I am too. So do not worry about me. But I want to know what you think. Ayumi seems like she can't stand being around her. Oh, you haven't worked out why? Others will see Seiji strikes again. Could you please just tell me? Nope, I'm sure you can work it out yourself, silly. It's just something you need to work really hard on. I know that Nana needs help, so you should do that. Okay, I will. But what about us, Seiji? What about us? I'm still trying my best. What is it you like about Ayumi, Seiji? What is it I like about her? How do I even answer that? Perhaps if I can try my best to change myself. Maybe I can become a woman you can love too? I'm worried that who I am at the moment is not someone who you can love, Seiji. Please don't think like that. Just be yourself, Momoko. But is myself good enough, Seiji? She's asking some hard-hitting questions. Remember, I'm waiting to hear your answer. It's always nice to hear your thoughts, Fo. You've always been a patient listener, even if you don't pick up on certain things. She lightly taps me on the head. Silly Seiji! I know, silly Seiji! She's not wrong. Despite the extremely obvious hints she had been living all these years. But I promise that I'll be less oblivious in the future. Probably. Well, you're going to have to work on that. She gives me a suggestive wink. There is also other things we could work on while we're here. All I have to do is wait for Amy to fall asleep. Then I will sneak into Seiji's room and... Please don't. Fine. We won't have a cuddle then. Hey, cuddle? Yes, but now you won't get one, silly. I hope you're pleased with yourself, cuddle ruiner. May you feel forever guilty about this. When my face gained its unnatural resistance to blood trauma, they've moved to using guilt as their most lethal weapon. And it plucks at my heartstrings every time. Okay, I'm sorry. I know that was your plan. I'll forgive you if you get me that ice cream you promised me. I'm not doubling your ice cream debt for your... now. I'm now doubling your ice cream debt for your continued blunders. So the ice cream debt continues to mount. And I've gotten no closer to working out what Ayumi's problem was. Now that I think about, I do have something like that. Oh shit. I still need to buy ice cream for someone. Oh god damn it. I forgot about that. Yeah. Whatever. We made it a short day today. After the brutality of their volleyball game, both of them opted to take a break. The pillows are one thing, but that volleyball... How am I still alive? Maybe the Reaper decided to spare me today? Either way, I need a moment to cool off. The Reaper is probably, you know, either swimming in the freaking sea or, I don't know, sunbathing or something. As for me, I'm at the pool by myself. No waves, no sound, nothing. No one and nothing to distract me. I've been wanting a moment just to lie down and think to myself. As is, I haven't been able to sleep because I'm worried about someone sneaking into my bedroom. Actually looking at them as women and not as my friends, it makes everything go so awkward. What are you talking about, man? I mean, either of them sneaking into my bedroom is a great thing. So if Ayumi did that, it would be an amazing thing. Yet as much as I'm aware of that, I don't know what to do in order to change it. I don't have much else to worry about, so you'd think I'd figure out a way to do it eventually. Just, I don't know. I can't handle that kind of attention. Is it just because of how I am? That's one thing I've thought about a lot lately. Just how much can you change yourself? Since we aren't living in an age of cybernetics or genetic enhancement yet, can you change yourself simply by forcing yourself to do something? That's what I can't work out. Molka told me that she wanted to change herself to be a woman I would like, but I don't think it's possible to do that. You can act deliberately, act differently, but that doesn't change what you really want to do. If this is true, then what does Molka do? And what do I do? As I eerily muse to myself, a shadow begins to loom over me. Now that's an interesting point of view we have. Now, who's this lying here? Only a stranger, of course. And... Nene. Where'd you come from? The moon, of course. But since when were you staying at this hotel? Staying at this hotel? I don't know what you're talking about. You can't be here unless you're a guest, you know. Then I'll just say that I'm a guest. Problem solved. No one will ever have to know otherwise. That's not even the issue. How do you even know where I'm staying? Oh, I saw you, but your friends were there. I didn't think I should bother you with those two today. I want to have more time alone with you, Seiji. Don't follow me around like that. There's a problem with following people around? Then why did those two follow us last night? You noticed that? Of course I did. They were so noisy. It's like a pair of elephants stomping through the other grove. As she stands over me, I find myself with an interesting view. Two round steel peaks wobble and... What am I thinking? Mr. Stranger, why is your face turning red? She stands even close to me. Now I look into my sight and... Something is right in my face. Could you not stand so close to me? Why? What's the problem? How innocent is this girl? Just don't, okay? As she steps back, my eyes mentally turn back to her peaks. Why can't I stop myself? What's wrong with me? I'm bewitched right now, completely bewitched. You're acting strange, Seiji. Did you catch a disease or something? I didn't catch a disease. Then what's wrong? It's not something I can talk about in public. Oh no, I shouldn't have shouted. I've heard that friends are there for each other when they need them. She kneels down until she's eye level with me. So I'm here for you, Seiji. They are right in my face. Hey, what is? I can't take this anymore. This is a bad angle, a horrible angle. I love this angle for. I feel like my eyes are going to bulge out of my head. Maybe you're overheating. You should cool off in the pool. I can't deny that I feel hot right now. Wait, no, stop that. I immediately stand up and rush over the pool. Plunging my head underneath the water, I can feel myself cooling off. The sudden rush of cold to my head is enough to break me out of the weak spell cast by Nene's peaks.
Seiji, what's wrong?
Don't worry, I'm fine now. But seriously, Nene, you can't follow people around like that.
But those other two did it. I thought it was something that girls did.
I was right, damn it. Those two are a bad influence on Nene. Look, I told you, things with them are complicated. You shouldn't take what they do as an example of how you should behave.
I see.
She knows to herself.
But then who do I learn from?
Well, it occurs to me that I don't know much about how girls normally behave. Is there any girl I've talked with in high school who was Naomi or Momoko? Sorry, I don't know either.
So, they'll be perfectly fine to learn from in the meantime, understand?
That isn't what I said at all! That won't work, well, right? Just forget it. Okay, I can't help but shake my head.
So, this is where you're staying?
Yeah, I've stayed at this club before, so I know it pretty well.
It's really nice, but the pool at my home is bigger than this one.
It's even bigger? Just who is this girl? Is she the heir to a corporation or something? I think it would probably be better for me to not ask too many questions. I see. Well, people don't normally have pools at all.
They don't?
Well, only if they have a lot of spare money and feel like building one.
I really wish I knew what it was like to be normal.
Isolated upbringing, yes. But I think there's more to it than that. Why do you want to be normal?
Well, it may seem kind of silly, but I don't like living such a strict life. Most of my time is spent in my room or with my tutor. I also know that I'm extremely misinformed about certain things. But because I'm not normal, I don't have the local sense.
Common sense.
That's right, I don't have common sense. So that's why I wish I could live a normal life.
Why don't you just talk to your parents then? Did they say that you want to do normal things?
I've tried to. They say that a normal life isn't what I'm supposed to lead. Parents know best, don't they? So I guess I have to go with their wishes.
But don't you want to choose your own way?
Want to do something and being able to do it. They can be very different things, Seiji. I don't have enough common sense, that's it. So I would be able to know what way I should go.
She shakes her head.
But if I take moments to escape from the house, then I can learn more about the world and that way. The world outside is much more fun than the tiny world of my house. But much more interesting too. With you here, Seiji, I feel like I can do anything.
Well, I'll do my best to support you. I'll try to teach you as much common sense as I can. For it's not really something that I can be taught.
It's not?
She looks a little down after hearing that. It's just something you pick up as you talk with other people, knowing what you should do, what you shouldn't do. By the way, what book did you read where you found out about that greeting?
It was some book in the section of the library I'm not allowed to go near.
You went near it anyway.
Of course, I must go boldly where no one has gone before if I am to gather common sense.
So what section of the library did you go into?
They say it's for adults only, for something like that. These two characters in the book met and did that, so I presume it was greeting.
Please, don't tell me. She read that kind of book. Why does this library have an entire section dedicated to things like that? You didn't read the whole thing, did you?
No, I found the book really boring.
I can be thankful for that. Imagine the misunderstanding that would have arisen from that. What happened to Amy would have only been the beginning.
Well,
you shouldn't put things into practice just because you read them in the book, okay? You need to study it more thoroughly and... Oh no, what am I saying? If she gets the wrong idea then...
So I should get the book again and try to study it more thoroughly.
My worst fears have been realized. The easily impressionable Nene has already let it go to her head. No, you absolutely should not.
But you just said to study it. Instead, it's a test.
A test? How is the test?
It's a task set through for the brave hero on their adventure by the wise wizard. But the wizard discourages them, so they feel like they have to succeed to find the wizard. Of course, I'm beginning to pick up on this concept of common sense even more now. Sometimes I feel like she's really smart. But then she goes and says something like that. And then she has the gall to declare it common sense. I completely understand now, Mr. Stranger. It was destiny that brought us together. I'm becoming able to read your intentions clearly. Listen to me. No. Don't study that book more thoroughly. I forbid you from trying to do that. You are not to touch that book you read. Read. Understand, wizard? Discouraged her only seems to pour her on to do it. You are creating a metaphor. By opposing me, you're creating obstacles for me to overcome. I knew it! So in truth, you're my mentor and my greatest rival. I'm not your mentor. Then you must be the villain of the story. Fine, I'm the villain. What now? I don't know. All I can do is shake my head. I'm not a wizard, Nene. Just like how Ayumi isn't a god. But I offered her a prayer and everything. Well, someone who isn't a god can answer prayers. I see. This is going to be a disaster. I just know it. But we will find out if that is true in the next episode. So for now, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see each other in the next episode of Sakura Beach 2 tomorrow. So until then, bye bye.